aktualnym odcinku.
Wiesz, że po pierście tak naprawdę metoda spania ze swoją własną żoną, kiedy tylko kładziemy głowę na ciepłych piersiach. A teraz kontynuujemy. Dobra, pora na nasze pierwsze lekcje. Żartuję, najpierw się trzeba przebrać w wystroje z DLC, nie? Nie, dobra, rozumiem, że musimy poczekać na razie. O, obrady się ruszają. Normalnie w jakiejś szkole magii, oczywiście. Wyobraźcie sobie. Idziecie się wykąpać. Po pierwsze, ale to jest brudne. O! W końcu mogę użyć go wszystko myszczy, wcześniej nie działał. I jedyne, co cię chroni przed tym, że facet ci nie wejdzie, to jest zasłona. A właśnie widzicie, że w tej grze można pić piwo?
That's just brilliant, Amit. Brilliant. You'd think you could... That is not how that... Why, hello. Would you like to take a look?
No spoko, czemu nie? I pięknie jak się okazuje, że podgląda dziewczyny.
Can't see too much in the day. Well, except for stars like Sirius, Canopus...
Vega Jarktur! O Boże, nawiązanie do japońskiej tej...
Ravenclaw. Never met someone who's been so close to a dragon before.
Nie czuj daleko czegoś innego.
Frankly, it's nice to meet you, Amit. I take it you like astronomy.
Kojarzycie Vegę?
So much to be learned from the stars. Also, there's something about the open air and night sky above the tower. It's invigorating.
Gabriel, nie ma żadnego dowodu, że jest tutaj mniej sidequestów.
Incredibly knowledgeable.
I hope astronomy's on my schedule.
O, stary, zmierają.
I have good news for you. You are most definitely taking astronomy. It is required for all 5th years. You will be enthralled with the tower. Plus, a quality telescope can show you things you never dreamed of.
I suppose I'll see you in class then.
Yes. Oh, and speaking of class, better get to my first one of the year. Nothing like the smell of fresh parchment, is there? Be seeing you.
Kuźwa. Mam wrażenie, że jakbym był kobietą, to by tak właśnie odpowiedział, nie? Ej, ta w tyle to nie jest ta? Martwa... Agata, czy jak jej tam z toalety? To prawej tu. Wiggly? Getruda Wiggly? Dobrze mówię, czy nie? A, to nie, dobra, to chuj. Ale podobna.
Oh well.
Everett, zesrałeś się.
I suppose I hoped it would lighten the mood. Ravenclaws can be a bit on edge the first day of class. I'm Everett, by the way. You seem downright calm next to some of these characters, and you survived a rather harrowing...
Skąd to wie?
I'm glad to be here, ready for classes to start.
Good. Glad to hear it. Truly, there's no reason to be nervous. Most professors are firm but fair. I mean, not all of the tricks I play are as simple as a tossed dung bomb, and I'm still here.
Wait, did you say most professors are firm but fair?
Ha! I did. But probably best I let you judge for yourself. I do tend to push their limits. I should wander off before someone traces that dung bomb back to me. Nice meeting you.
You too, Everett.
Ta, bo żaden typ cię nie wie, jak rzucałeś tym gównem. A co, serio będziecie, żebym tak powiedział? Jako... Kurwa. Że jarają mi gwiazdy. Mówi więcej.
This is the right spot.
Bardziej na lewo.
I want him to be in the perfect place. A place he'll be
No bardziej na lewo mówię.
but I can't seem to find it. Great golden gobstones! I want him to thrive here.
Golden gobstones.
My own little expression. I bought this Dittany seedling from home and I started to feel cozy.
Wiecie, czego kichnąłem? Mam człowiek na kwiaty, ona coś tu odpierdziela z roślinami,
It's
więc...
such a little plant. I've a bit of a thing for plants, as you can see. Pleased to meet you. I'm Samantha.
Nice to meet you, Samantha. Is Dittany used in Wiggenweld potion?
It is. Looks like someone's been
Jak
studying
ja do szkoły nie chodziłem.
potion making.
Wiesz co?
Actually, Professor Fig told me about Wiggenweld potion.
Of course. I heard you were studying with him before term. He's an enigma, Fig. Teaches about theory, it seems to know a lot about...
Ale no już sulerujesz, dzięki. Dobrze, że nie wiem, co znaczy.
Professor Fig does know a great deal about different forms of magic.
Well, I hope he told you about more than Wiggenweld. You've lots to catch up on, I'm sure.
Is it common practice for students to grow their own ingredients?
Oh, yes. In fact, our herbology teacher, Professor Garlic, encourages it. And I don't think Professor Sharp, our potions master, cares where you get your ingredients, as long as your brews are all perfect.
An affinity for herbology is more typical of a Hufflepuff than a Ravenclaw, isn't it?
Ordinarily, perhaps, but it runs in my family. We've a full plot of these little fellows back home. I suppose you could say herbology is in my roots.
Ale żart.
It was nice to meet you, Samantha. Good luck with your dittany.
Thank you. And good luck to you too on your first day.
Dobra, chodź na lekcję.
Hey there, new Ravenclaw. Professor Weasley is looking for you just outside.
Kto mnie gada?
Let's not keep her waiting.
Kto mnie gada? Dobra. Ja myślałem, że wtedy się wchodzi. A przecież profesor Wesley jest na hasło. Aha, ale nie może wchodzić, bo jest nauczycielem. Logic.
Good morning.
A, weszła,
I trust you're
nieważne.
ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a fifth year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls?
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the
Zwróćcie uwagę, że ona ma krawat jakby akurat ogami?
we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success. Here you are.
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a fifth year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Tak, pod pachę będę wszystko chował.
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test.
O, czy pierwsza lekcja?
This way. The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic
Revelio.
and educate yourself about wizarding lore.
Jest Gabriel, skąd wiesz, że jest najmniej sidequestów? Bo ktoś tak powiedział?
I certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student.
Lumos.
O, cienie działają w tej grze. Jezu, jestem wielki.
Why don't you cast Revelio on this
Revelio.
bus and see what details the field guide can provide?
Gra stworzony, by uczyć dom Ravenclaw. Ktoś wersją sobie bierze Ravenclaw. Wiesz, że po pierście tak naprawdę metoda spania ze swoją własną żoną, kiedy tylko kładziemy głowę na ciepłych piersiach.
Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that, inside and outside of the castle.
To trochę jak Harry 2D wygląda.
Revelio.
No time to waste. You've classes to attend.
Gdyby się nie przeszkadzała pani profesor, to bym już dawno był. O nie, zagadki. No nic, później najwyżej.
Good timing.
O, znaczy mi stania ognia.
Opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
Ale z biblioteki, sala główna, dawaj. Fokus pokus, czary mary, przenieś mnie do biblioteki, gdzie będzie siedziała Hermiona stary. Nie jakby Syra się dobra przyjaciel mógł, nie?
The time saver. These stairs
A się nie przyjmę.
lead directly
Nie
to
przyjmie.
Central Hall.
Revelio.
You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall. Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive, our King's Cross station, so to speak.
But it's always so noisy in the common room, and then I can't concentrate.
That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Czar
Obrony czarną magią. Czyli to będzie główny antagonista czy coś. Zawsze tak było w Harrym Potterze. Zawsze mnie to denerwowało. Jestem waszym nowym nauczycielem czarnej magii. Jest zły. Kolejna część. Jestem czarodziejem jestem waszym nauczycielem czarnej magii. Jest zły. No ja pierdolę.
You mentioned Hogsmeade, Professor.
Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village in Britain and is home to an array of shops and pubs. You should be able to find all of the school supplies you require in Hogsmeade.
Skale, co nie?
You will also
A to z czego śmiesz?
enjoy many a butterbeer there with
Piwo?
friends in due course.
Powiedziała piwo? Jebać lekcje, zapierdalamy!
Can you tell me more about the Defense Against the Dark Arts class?
Defense Against the Dark Arts, as the name implies, focuses on how to defend oneself against the evils that lurk beyond these walls. A mastery of Defense Against the Dark Arts.
Siema, Geralt, dokładnie. Jeszcze nawet imię i nazwisko wybrałem pasujące. Znaczy, według mnie.
Fortunately, we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor
Geralt, szok, że kupiłem.
our students' education in that regard.
What will I learn in Charms class?
Exactly what you might expect. Spells, charms, jinxes, all terribly useful.
Geralt, już mi to mówił jeden, Gabriel mówił, że wygląda jak PerKorn wersja damska. Nie dlaczego ludzie tak uważają, że tak bym wyglądał, ale dobra.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have...
Geralt, dlaczego taki strach?
Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no
Czy side questy?
Judging by
Zniszczy
what you
wioski
said
goblinów.
to Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival.
Geralt, ludzie mi mówili, żebym go nie brał, bo podobno najmniej side questów jest.
My suspicion
A takie ta? Możemy piwo udowodnić, że nie ma. I przejdę całą grę, żeby nie mówić, że tak było, że mieli rację. Kurde, nie słuchałem.
We did take a bit of a detour on the way here. Ended up exploring some ruins and... I shouldn't say more.
Exploring ruins? Well, I presume Professor Fig has his reasons for keeping the details to himself for now. Speak of the devil.
George ze ściany?
Professor Fig, your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for...
Jakaś karta tam na powietrzu, co jest?
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you.
Geralt, nawet jakbym badał, to go nigdy nie robiłem.
Good luck today.
Ale rozumiem, o co ci chodziło, nie?
Your field guide. It will be invaluable.
Znaczy dokładnie o co ci chodziło, nie?
Valuable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
Teraz śmiesznie było, że tak jakby stąd. On zaczął iść stąd, nie? Dlatego mówię, czy on wyszedł ze ściany. No, czy on stał w tym miejscu i czekał na dogodny moment, by wyjść w trakcie cutscenki, znaczy gadki? Rozumiecie, nie? No uwaga, jeszcze jakby on szedł jakoś mniej więcej stąd. Nie! On szedł stąd! No dosłownie!
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today, before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you and Professor Weasley talking about...
Geralt, szok.
exploring ruins?
Yes, sir. But I didn't tell her anything else about our travels here. I will say, I think she suspects we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well...
A jak rzuciłabyś kostką.
Brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the
Niewidzialność.
Unfold it and have a look.
A, zerwaj raz, nie?
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful.
Jak w każdym Harry Potterze.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead.
Każdym.
Classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
Dobra, zobaczmy głównego antagonistę. Gabriel, ale w tej grze jest parowanie właśnie.
Is that all you've got?
Levioso! Professor Hecat! Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces on your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso!
Kiedy mi się kojarzy ten,
Prized opponent is a weaker
ten czar?
Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Widziałam pornosa.
Mówisz to źle. Jest Leviosa.
Oglądałem pornosa, nie? Oglądałem pornosa. Ty działa!
Now, let's try something a little larger.
Gar, dokładnie.
Let us begin with the basic cast.
A ja przecież już odpowiedział.
See how the dummy deflected your cast? This
Tak jest.
time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprised opponent is a good well done.
Levioso!
Well done.
Levioso!
Nie wiem, jak mam przestać.
Very good, but the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast. And
Pan żart, pokonam go.
you may begin.
Geralt, tak to się robi.
You're good.
Kapa.
Stupid tiger.
Case things.
Rather good at this, aren't you?
Good forward.
I know.
Must be your first duel.
Stupid tiger. Christopher, I do.
Job life duel.
Don't call my students with a threat.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
Tam masz drzwi, Salo. Weź się sam połknij czy coś, nie? Bo prawie tak brzmi twoje nazwisko. Tylko literkę W dodać.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Ravenclaw.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments.
Revelio.
All right, that's enough spectacle.
I'd hate to face Professor Hecat in a duel.
To nie chciej.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Trening.
Practice. It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way. Didn't expect
Czy on się z nami chce
to
kolegować?
so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
I've dueled enough. Consider yourself lucky I held back.
Huh, fair enough. You owe me an honest duel when you aren't. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club, or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance. If you're interested.
Ciekawe, Ani czas byś zagrała w Dziedzictwo Hogwartu, bo przecież... jest tyle... no... tematów dookoła tej gry, nie?
Always thought Leviosa was for first years.
To jest Levioso, tylko oglądałem pornosa. To mówię? Tak się mawia, nie? Nie?
Here I've come from the toilet bowl where she said I could swim, did you praxia mole? As long as 'twere only one time per week, I can plunge the boys' lavatory, not for the meek.
These peeves will make me late.
He tried to stop me, did rancorous carp, sought to trap me, confine me inside of a jar. But he failed, as did his containment charms, so I took my revenge to wreak havoc and harm. It was granted my privileges be handsome indeed, or I'd fire up the cannon, and so she agreed. To draw up a contract with her, not with him, that if I behaved, I'd have one weekly swim! Whee!
I'll get you for this.
Idę po piwo, nie? Po tym, co tu zobaczyłem, nie mogę grać na trzecią, naprawdę, kurwa. Ja tak patrzę i takie... Co jest? Dobra, możemy się napierdzielać na gołe kraty?
Can I help you?
Tak.
Sebastian told me to see...
Nie fajna rękawiczki, serio.
If Sebastian vouches for you, that's all I need to know. I coordinate duels for crossed wands. A dueling club of sorts. It's invitation only, so you must have really impressed Sebastian.
I'm flattered to hear that. Sebastian's not a bad duelist either.
Imagine it's quite something to see the two of you duel.
How does crossed wands work exactly?
You show up, I match you with other duelists, and whoever is still standing in the end wins. It's our way of determining the school's greatest duelist once and for all. And to liven things up, the winner is awarded a prize. Interested?
Kozy w to.
Of course. Dueling's an entertaining pastime.
I agree. Besides, in crossed ones, you could duel with a partner if you like. Your first time I'll pair you with Sebastian. Next time, you'll need to bring a partner along, or duel alone. So, care to step into the ring?
W zasadzie jak wy, ale ja, będąc kobietą, facetą, na trzeźwo, tubska nie skopiłem.
Get me in the ring.
Spectacular! Let the fireworks begin!
We'll make you regret signing up.
Ringo! Potato! That's all you've got? Cinder!
Levioso.
Bullso! Stupefy! You're better than that! Levioso!
Give him a fall!
Ringo! Potato! Come on! Levioso!
Act like a winner!
Levioso!
No i nice, pokonana. Ale raczej pokonani. Czuję się jakbym grał z Wiedźmarzem. Dlaczego? W tym samym momencie prowadziliśmy Levioso, nie? Tylko ja mówiłem, oglądałem pornosa, ale masz Levioso.
I shall. Now, it takes time to organize these duels, but check with me later. I may have something lined up for you. Again,
Skierowały, bo mi było tak jasno, że myślałem, że dostałem słynną w oczach, dlatego chciałem zjeść okularnie. Widzę, jest słabuk, ale no cóż. Idziemy.
Where were you? In the Goblin Rebellion of 1752?
And by the end of it, the Minister for Magic was Albert Boot.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, what fun! I won't say my goodbyes. I shall cheer for the boy who says you're telling lies.
I'm not telling lies, Peeves. It was Albert Boot.
No, it wasn't. It was Basil Flack.
Ooh, fight! It's a bold attack! Was the Minister a boot or the Minister a flack?
Ale rymy.
Stop it, Peeves. You'll get us in trouble.
In trouble you will be, but you can't give Peeves a smack. She says it's a boot and he says it's a flack.
Peeves, enough. You'll get us all detention. And you're both wrong anyway. It was Hephaestus Gore.
It wasn't Boots and it wasn't Flack, but you're all in trouble with Professor Black!
Ja pierdolę. Dobra, tak wygląda. No i dobra, pora iść na lekcję, nie?
Here, behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change?
Jedno zmienia kolor, a drugie wzrost.
Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Trochę jak WF.
Akio. That is not bad.
Wow, też to umiesz, kobieta.
I see a lot of potential.
Co, tyle to taka długa lekcja była?
Potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me.
Także zaczął szukać wymówek.
I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with
A, to będzie z tym przyciąganiem kul, tak?
So,
Pierwszy mierz, jako jedyny mam lepszy ubiór.
bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right?
Biegam za tobie.
So why don't we have our new...
Ja stoję pierwszy do... Aha! Walczę w obcasach jak Fiera Automata. Ja pierdzielę. Już nie lubię swojej postaci.
Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last. Splendid! Now, think of this like... Very good! That's it!
No cóż. Ale dwie na 50.
Very good! Points to Ravenclaw.
Nice.
There's certainly no sport in playing without
Good
some
enough.
friendly competition. Miss...
Kieras, na razie akceptuję.
Care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up.
James.
You'll be the
Z anime.
just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
To rzucaj. Mam lepsze rzeczy do sławy niż bawienie się jajami. Ja czy mogę zepchnąć jej kulę?
Excellent control there.
Let us see this. That is how it's done.
Jak to się robi? A zrzucić cię z ringu?
Nicely done. Here we go.
Nie no, gram fair. Kapa.
There we go.
Proszę.
A perfect score. Remarkable.
No wow, za 50 ziom. James, szok? Czy nie szok? A reszta szok?
A bit more interesting, shall we?
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Co do rozstrzygać przegrała typie o 50 punktów. Nie? Nie? Okej. A to czemu nie szok? Bo Gothic? Wiecie co mnie cieszy? Dla mnie teraz najlepszym wyjaśnieniem mojego skilla to Gothic. Za każdym razem.
Impressive. Here we go.
Chcę nie wiedzieć, jak mi się to udaje?
There we go.
Two perfect rounds. You're unnatural.
Pamiętacie, jak Kendra potrafi widzieć te zaczarowane miejsca? Ja widzę mniej więcej, gdzie mam przestać rzucać czar. James, tak, no, ale tak jak James powiedziała, ja widzę miejsce, kiedy powinienem przestać rzucać czar. Bo już wyczuwam podświadomie prędkość i tak dalej, wiecie o co chodzi, nie? Znaczy, w uproszczeniu. Nie teoria matematyki, ale to tak jakbym robił szybko leczenia matematyczne. Ale nie liczę ich. Po prostu na wyczucie, nie?
Good game back there.
Skramy na ślepo.
I think I underestimated you.
Dlatego bez spoilerów, proszę.
To become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
Znaczy, kojarzę jakieś tam sceny z początku gry, na przykład bardzo dużo osób pokazywało tą scenę z tymi kulkami, no to te kulki kojarzyłem, nie? Ale... No i ten najmocniejszy czar, ten... No, skąd pamiętam. Ten, co zabija na jeden cios, ale to pod koniec gry się go dostaje, więc to jego kojarzę i tyle, nie? To na tym się kończy moja wiedza.
Is Wagadu a castle like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle as...
Ale jeżeli chodzi o fabułę, to nie znam, więc fabularnie nic. Kojarzę jakieś tam sceny z recenzji, czy z jakichś innych pierdół. I mówię, na tym się kończy moja wiedza, nie? Żebym obejrzał Zagrajmy wy od początku do końca, to nie.
This enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
Ej, James, ale... No przewiduję, a wiesz czego przewiduję, czy nie wiesz?
Wagadu School of Magic is the largest wizarding school in the world. So yes.
Nie, aż ty ma dojeby.
But it never
Bolało?
seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me. It always felt like home.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Wagadu uses one.
You can cast spells without a wand.
Oh, yes. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand.
Ciekawe, jak zaraz nas wypuszczą na
But I am growing quite fond of using
otwarty świat. Bardzo będzie schodzić po piwko, czy nie?
dramatic.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. I think Professor Voldemort
co?
wants to talk to you. Better
Co?
not keep him waiting.
Nie, z głowy.
Next time.
Prawo jazdy też nauczyłem z gier.
Use Accio on humans, if you're so inclined.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting.
Co były zawody?
What charm is there in the expected? You did well, managing to best as gifted a student as Miss Onai.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed
Aż wiem przecież.
Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professor
Ty, zaznajdziecie w tle.
instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Pewnie już, skoro nie było żadnych questów, nie? Nie? Hej, było napisane, że tylko zdobywam expa z tych. Zwiedzania Hogwartu, sam teraz expa za misję. Co to za kłamstwa? Irytek? Right.
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
Oh, excuse, Deke.
There you are. I trust your first classes went well?
They did, Professor.
I heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit during your brief detour near... what was it you said? Some ruins? I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me. Isn't there?
Nothing more, Professor.
I see. Like trying to get a sonnet from a streeler. Regardless, you must continue to build upon what you've learned. In that regard, I've asked your professors to help hasten your progress with some extra assignments.
Professor Ronan did mention something about that.
Fajne rękawiczki.
Professor Ronan will meet you outside momentarily to assign your first one. Now, regarding the trip to Hogsmeade I mentioned earlier, we've arranged to replace the supplies lost on your way here, including seeds, potion recipes,
Ty mi daj mi miodu do latania.
Thank you, Professor.
Nazywam Płotka.
Ollivander will connect you with the perfect wand. You've managed your classes well with a borrowed wand, but you'll find the magic you cast with your own wand to be far superior.
Can you tell me more about the potion shop, Professor?
J. Pippin's Potions stocks a wide array of potions ingredients, although they rarely sell recipes. Professor Sharp asked that they have a couple of particular recipes on hand for you.
I've never heard of a spellcraft before, Professor. What is it?
A spellcraft is a recipe of sorts used when conjuring objects. I shall explain more about them when you begin working with transfiguration magic.
Transmutation.
There's an Ollivander's in Hogsmeade.
There is. Most people are familiar with the shop in Diagon Alley. We're fortunate to have someone like...
Ulica Pokątna, a w drugim... Czyli to było chyba w drugim filmie, powiedział... Harry Potter powiedział przekątna, tak? Czy inaczej?
I would trust no one else to pair me with a wand.
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
Very well.
A w jakich korytarzach?
To make your first visit to the village with a classmate. Help you get your bearings. Perhaps Sebastian Sallow or Natsai Onai. I've noticed you spending time with them.
I'd like to go with Sebastian.
Glad to hear it. Mr. Sallow is a capable young wizard.
Co, że brałem faceta?
He'll keep you well clear of any of Victor Rookwood's undesirables en route.
Rookwood?
A rather unsavory local. Best to avoid him and his associates, including his right hand of sorts, Theophilus Harlow, if you can. Once you've finished,
tutaj nie ma żadnych miejsc połącznych przecież.
your friend will meet you at the castle doors. No time to waste. The sooner you complete your work, the
Co o piwie gadają? No kurde! Biegniemy sobie! Zwalić poboczne questy, biegniemy po piwo.
Ah, there you are.
Nigel, gdzie ty widzisz te poboczne questy? Ja nie widzę.
You have a new spell to teach me, Professor?
Bo to, że już na korytarzu! Mam cały kurwa zamek! Ale zadaj poboczne na korytarzu, nie? Którym kurwa? Po lewej!
It seems as if that might come in handy.
More frequently than one would imagine. As Professor
Idź
Weasley...
na korytarz po zadanie, no ja pierdolę, iGems. Precyzja. To jest to, czego właśnie używam w trakcie rozkminiania wszystkiego. Precyzji. A ty mi mówisz, idź na korytarz. Korytarz jest od zajebania. To nie jest precyzyjne określenie.
See them through and then report back to me. We will have you casting Reparo in no time.
Why must I first complete tasks to learn Reparo?
No lesson or lecture can compare to first-hand experience, and these tasks should provide you with just that. Such experience is invaluable when mastering any new bit of magic.
I'll start on the task right away, Professor. This is the right way. Got it.
A, to już czarem brakowało bazie strony.
Rampage. Brilliant.
To jest w ogóle? ogóle. To tyle?
I completed the assignments, Professor.
Marvelous. You clearly know your way around basic charms. Let us give the old mending charm a try then, shall we? Remember to be deliberate in your enunciation and movements.
I just wearing this good hall.
See some vigor. Now, wand at the ready.
Yes, sir.
Remember, your wand is a conduit of your magic. That's it. Very good. If you would like...
Nie mam za 100 punktów. Po co są levele?
Accurate and lashed out. Nicely done. Works like a charm, doesn't it?